And there we go. We are back with the live stream right now. Bulldogs down by 7, so we're getting ready for the second half. We were talking some basketball about both programs, and with A&M, they're coming in here with a lot of momentum from last season. Now, we did notice that last season as well that we didn't talk about was struggling in the first half, shooting struggles as well, trying to fix that, but they pretty much win in spite of their struggles shooting from the perimeter because Coach Richards, she forces teams to play her style and to win her way. But so far, Belmont's not falling for it.
Yeah, our style of play is more of a gritty, low post, like physical type of play, especially offensively with Alexis and Ariana and also Darian, Alexis, Dariana, and Ariana being the key points of our offense. I feel like the way we play is so different that if a team can't find a way to beat it, that it can catch them off guard.
And at the free throw line right now is Dariana Lewis, and it's up and it's no good off the rim. You want to knock down those free throws as much as possible.
Yeah, and at one point that was one of her struggles during the season last year that she worked on and improved as the season went on with free throw shooting.
Here comes A&M. Glass is kind of fogging up on me just a little bit. Here comes Lewis inside, tries to force her way through, but she'll draw another foul, and she's back at the free throw line.
And I like how we're forcing it down low now. It seems like since we're getting the ball down there before they can rotate to double or get anything down there.
You can't hesitate. You have to be deliberate in how you want to attack the defense because the moment you hesitate, the defense is saying, okay, you stop for a second, we're going to come in, we're going to set up, and we're going to force you to make a turnover. So you got to be deliberate. You got to force your way inside and know exactly who you're going to and what you want to do from the very beginning when a play starts.
And then with us getting the ball to Dariana early like that, one thing about her being such a dominant force down low is that she gets fouled a lot. And even if she's not getting the baskets down there, getting them little fouls building up down there can get bigs into foul trouble and can bring the aggressiveness away from the defenders.
Here comes number 11 for Belmont again. Tried to use the spin to her advantage, but no good for Destiny Wells. Using that size, using that speed. Here comes Harper in response for A&M, but they're going to call a travel against Deshauna Harper.
That was a good job right there at pushing the pace and trying to beat Belmont down there to the ball to try and get an easy basket.
Now, the referee did the travel sign. I saw someone go down, so I'm not sure what call they're going to say. I just go by what the referee says. So here we go. Here comes Belmont trying to move the ball around. Wells crossover, drives inside. Good defense from Jones. Good double team with Evans, but Evans lets go of her assignment in Madison Bartley.
Yeah, and they're doing a real good job of not only getting inside on the offense, but they're also making the good passes down low to the bigs to get the easy lays.
And it's another layup, this time no good. Jones in response with the ball up to Harper, and they'll slow it down just a little bit. Oh, and it's a bad pass, and this time it's a turnover again. Jones hesitates and swiped away by Nigeria Jones. Jones on Jones, Tootie Jones for Belmont, Nigeria Jones for the Bulldogs.
Yeah, and there was another costly turnover for us, and it seems like whenever we get into a certain flow, them turnovers like that, it kills momentum for us.
Going up down low, and it's a travel called against Madison Bartley, trying to go inside on Alexis Evans. So A&M will get the ball right back. So real quick, like we talked about, FAMU coming to the SWAC, Bethune-Cookman coming to the SWAC as well, joining the East Division, which means if any Alcorn State fans are watching, the Braves will be moving to the West beginning this upcoming season in 2021 for the 2021-2022 athletic season. Alcorn will be moving to the West, so in football and in other sports like basketball, no more Alcorn in our division. And they've been running the SWAC East in football for the past couple of years. So there will be a new king of the SWAC East division. A lot of people think it'll be Jackson State, but I kind of beg to differ. So we'll see.
Yeah, it's like you said, it's really just in the swag really been who's going to win the West because Alcorn's really been a dominant force for the last really.
I think 4 or
Since,
5 years.
I know since I've been up here, it's been pretty known that Alcorn's going to come out in the division. With that, hopefully I can bring a new hope to our program so we can get a big division clinch this year with the spring football.
As Alexis Evans tried to use her hustle skills to get the rebound and the putback, but no good. Lewis was fed the ball inside, but she couldn't finish. Rebounded by Belmont. The three, and it's no good. And here comes the Lady Bulldogs in transition. Jones running with the ball. Over. Harper. Back to Dark. Dark drives baseline. Puts it up, and it's in for Tierra Dark. From senior to senior to senior. In that order, in that transition, Jones, Harper to Dark. 35-39, Lady Bulldogs down by 4.
Yeah, that was great patience shown from our older guards, not rushing to the shot and getting to the best shot with Tierra getting it down low.
And that is veteran basketball. That's what 4 years of playing at A&M will do for you. Ariana Poe will come into the game now. Coming off the floor, we got Alexis Evans and we got Tierra Dark. In their place, we have Azonia Austin and Ariana Poe. And that will be against Belmont, number 20, Conley Chin. Inbounding will be Jones for the Lady Bulldogs. Gets it over to Austin. Posting up, but it's kind of a mismatch down there when you have Luli down there defending her. But she will draw the foul.
Yeah, we like I was saying earlier, there's one tendency that's real good with us, comes from us playing such a down low inspired game is that we get a lot of fouls down low, especially with the physicality that we play with. And free throw shooting being a key point for us and our Lady Bulldogs. Hopefully we can continue to improve as a free throw shooting team as that's a key factor in basketball for us.
Free throws up. Free throw is no good for Ariana Poe. Poe, 5'10", forward, sophomore from Huntsville. Like we said earlier, the Grissom High School graduate. Back at home here in Huntsville. Rebounded by Dariana Lewis. Over to Austin. Double team, trying to get out of that double team and can't. And that's that Belmont defense. So we also mentioned this during the break as well. Our defense has been giving up some open threes, and Belmont shoots 38% from the three-point line, and that stat doesn't lie. They do shoot the three ball very well. You can't let anyone open on this team because even their forwards are pretty good shooters as well.
And with this being such a close game like that, three-point shooting is a key swing as we're not that high on the three-point shooting side. So if we're getting outshot and then with Belmont continue to play this level of defense they're playing, it's going to be real tough for us to come out with this one.
Here come the Bruins back on offense. Jones goes inside, missed, rebounded by Luli, and she will kick it back over to the guard. And there's Kenny, considered by her father, who was her head coach in high school, one of the best guards from the state of Arkansas. But here comes Austin in transition. Gets past the defender, can't get the finish, rebounded by Wells, and now Wells is in transition for the Bruins. Austin defending. And they're going to slow it back down. Another open three for Belmont. No good, can't get the lucky bounce.
And even with them missing that shot, like you said earlier, we've been giving up a lot of uncontested three-point shots. And even if they're going to hit a three, you have to have it be contested. Make every shot they take be a tough shot.
Let's see what A&M will do to respond. Down by 3 right now. Pass over. Dariana Lewis with the finish.
Great find right there with them bringing four over to that side of the zone. That opened it up back door for Dariana.
Here's the three, and it's in for number 20, Conley Chen.
And like you were just saying, it's not just the guards that can shoot for this team.
It's the forwards, too. I mean, if you're A&M, like, do you just switch everything you see and just make sure you have at least somebody on another body at that point?
Yeah, because it's really been the key point of this offense for Belmont. They're really getting our bigs with us being a larger team. They're really trying to catch us on the perimeter, and they're getting the open shots.
Nigeria Jones answers back 42-40, but easy layup for number 14, Jamelin Kinney from Van Buren, Arkansas, 44-40. Third quarter of play, 3:42 to go in the game. The clock is ran down pretty much the entire time. Minimal stoppage, but we got to stop and play right here. Oh, and some Bulldog fans are pissed off. If I'm allowed to say that, they're upset. I apologize.
Yeah, that was a tough call right there. It seemed like some legs got tangled up as Dariana tried to Euro step through the paint right there.
I think some of the Bulldog fans wanted a blocking foul, or others wanted the charge or whatever it was. However, the Bruins will get the ball back. We want to thank you, however, for joining us here on this live stream. Bulldogs down 44-40. So as we get ready for the late stages of the third quarter, this is critical because you're getting ready for the fourth. You're still giving up open threes.
You have to find a way to slow the offense down. I feel like when they're getting out in transition, they're getting mismatches on the guard side, and then when they get there, they're driving in. When they drive in, they're leaving bigs out on the perimeter. And then also in transition, they're getting them long passes down, which is bringing the defense down, and they're hitting the open shots. So we have to find a way to just stay in them, just like how they are with us. We are not getting that many open shots. Even with Day hitting the shots we have, they've been right there with her on it. We have to give up more contested threes. We have to become more physical like we were playing earlier in this game.
And once again, the fellas will be back for tomorrow afternoon. They got the South Alabama Jaguars, 251 versus 256, Huntsville versus Mobile. That should be an interesting matchup there. Our men's team were ranked number 1 in the RPI. That's one of the major polls in college basketball. Alabama A&M, the first HBCU to ever be ranked number 1 in any major college basketball poll. And it kind of caught everyone off guard, but I will take it. So, better than Gonzaga.
Yeah. Now we have to come out here and defend that number 1 spot against a coming up program in South Alabama. They've really been an uprising program, putting tough games against good teams, and they have a lot of transfer students coming over this season. So it'll be a good test for our boys tomorrow.
Well, I mean, I think the Bulldogs are just, they're a pretty good team. They're a pretty good team. We'll see what they do this year. They're a really good team that plays well in fast breaks. So we'll see if Coach Howard will adjust to that a bit more this season, or will he try to stick to the half-court game for the men. And we got a foul on the court. That call looks like it will go against the Bruins.
Yeah, then with our boys, especially with a lot of our key players being freshmen and sophomore last year, them getting another year under their belt, hopefully, with them having another year under their belt, hopefully they can expand their games, and hopefully we've changed offensively, and we've seen some improvements as they were showing promise last year.
Then we got another foul on the court. Belmont was trying to post up with number 34, Cam Browning. She's a 6'2 sophomore out of Louisville, Kentucky, was able to draw the foul.
At the line for Belmont University with 2 shots is number 34, Cam Browning.
2 shots up by 1 point. A&M closing that 7-point gap to a 1-point lead against the Bruins. Well, down by 1 point, sorry. 2:55 to go in the third quarter. The Bruins come into this game 2-2 on the season, looking for revenge, coming off of a loss last time out. Last time out, they lost to Marquette, 64-61.
Yeah. And with this game being before, they have a big SEC matchup with Auburn coming up, I want to say. So they're really trying to find a way to get on another the other side of the column as they're getting deeper into their season schedule.
Next time out for the Lady Bulldogs, they take on, I think, Nicholls State at home as well. Back to Jones, top of the key. She'll drive, pulls up mid-range. No good off the front iron. Evans with the hustle play. And the Bulldogs can't hold on to it. Great hustle, great effort. However, Evans and Bergen got tangled up on the last play.
And even though she didn't come away with it, plays like that is why Alexis, later into the year last year, got more run in the rotation. And it seems like this year she's going to be playing a bigger role for our Lady Bulldogs.
Back over to Brownie, kicks it over to Jones. Jones turns around and puts up the little floater. No good, blocked both times. Dariana Lewis. But Belmont still maintains possession, and the third block was imminent, but the foul was drawn. That's against Lewis.
And I like that interior presence Dariana is giving off down there. As we in the first half, early in the game, we was really starting to drift away from that, and they were starting to get a lot of more easy layups and drive and getting it. I like how she's trying to protect the rim and make it a little more tougher for them to get down low.
Nikki Baird puts up the first free throw, and it's good. Number 23 for Belmont. Sophomore out of Wheaton, Illinois. Second one is good. Belmont up 47-43. And coming onto the court one more time is Deshauna Harper coming in for Tierra Dark. So on the court for our Bulldogs, we have Dariana Lewis, Ariana Poe, Nigeria Jones, Deshauna Harper, and Darian Bergen. Back to Jones, trying to move the ball around yet again, playing that slow, half-court methodical pace. Jones gets it again, drives baseline, forces her way up. Good board by Lewis and the putback. And that's why she's the SWAC Newcomer of the Year from last season.
Yeah, second chance points are key. We're getting a lot of rebounds, but we have to score off them as well.
45-47, Bulldogs down by 2. Belmont looking to respond, feeds it down low, and they're going to call a foul. And they'll call that against Belmont's number 3, Madison Bartley.
Offensive foul against the Bruins, number 3, Madison Bartley. That's her 4th personal foul. Into the ball game 4.
So we got a minute 22 to go in this third quarter. Bulldogs down by 2. And once again, if you're unaware or wondering what happened to football season, if you're unaware, just so we're clear, football season will return in February, late February to be exact, for the SWAC. Jackson State takes on Edward Waters College on February 21st. And that's the first SWAC game of the spring, which is weird to say, but we are making it work.
Yeah, it's going to be different this year, seeing spring football have some meaning to it, but I'm interested to see how our Bulldogs come out after a good year for our program last year. We had a couple big wins, and we had a lot of young players come up for us, so I'd like to see how.
The Bulldogs have their first game against Alcorn February 27th. That is a rematch where that game determined the de facto SWAC East champion. If A&M was able to win and beat Valley State, which they did go on to do, they would have been the SWAC East champions, but they lost to Alcorn last year late in the season, so they want revenge too. So here comes A&M, 41 seconds to go in the third quarter. Bulldogs down by 2. Let's see what they can do, if they can tie up this game or take the lead off of 3. Tangled up near at the half-court line, stolen by Wells, goes up with it, and the foul is drawn by Deshauna Harper.
And that's why right there, why you can't pick up your dribble, especially when you're being trapped. The limits what you can do, and that leads to turnovers like that.
the ball game for the Bulldogs, number 32, Alexis Evans. At the line for Belmont University with 2 shots is number 11, Destiny Wills.
Ooh, excuse me. At the free throw line is number 11, Destiny Wells. Second free throw attempt. Belmont trying to extend the lead. And the second one is good as well. So 49-45, 2-possession lead for the Bulldogs. 30 seconds to go in the third quarter. Bulldogs down by 4. Jones trying to bring the ball up the floor, and they are really forcing A&M into playing uncomfortable on offense with this very strong and stingy zone defense. Another double team. Driving is Harper. She'll put it up, and it's no good. Rebounded by number 20, Conley Chen. And here come the Bruins. She'll take it up herself. She'll force it up. No good. So Belmont leads 49-45 entering the fourth quarter of play. Bulldogs, they found some momentum, but they're still having that turnover bug.
Yeah, and like they have to start forcing turnovers on their end. I feel like when they were getting turnovers and getting out in transition, it was good for our team. And even when we did slow it down, they didn't let Belmont get into that 2-3 zone. That's really making it hard for us to score. So I feel like if we can limit our turnovers and make more stops on the other end, I feel like that can lead to us opening up our offensive game more in this fourth quarter.
Belmont is making A&M earn it on offense again. This is one of the top 50 defenses in the country, and they are that good on defense for a reason. But A&M, they've responded somewhat well. It's just you got to cut down the turnovers. You got to make the easy passes, not the tough passes. You can't have all these steals going against you.
Yeah, and a lot of that is coming from the press in the zone. So credit to Belmont. They're playing a real great defensive strategy. So hopefully Coach Richards has a game plan for this final period and we can come out with it victorious.
Here at the arena. Once again, tickets will not be available at the arena. Must be purchased online.
Alrighty, but man, then I tell you, this has just been some type of year. Like, 2020. I'm just glad this year is almost done. Let me tell you.
Yeah, I feel like this year has been the test for, I feel like anybody. I don't think anybody can say that they didn't come out 2020 a different person. We never had nothing like this come along with us. And I feel like a lot of people grew stronger this year. Definitely that.
Oh yeah, and we lost a lot of celebrities this year, from Kobe to Chadwick Boseman as well. I mean, Debo from Friday.
Yeah, it's been a crazy year. It's been just a lot of stuff that's out of the ordinary just been coming along this year.
Fourth quarter of play. Here we go. Wow. And we got a quick timeout on the floor again, right out the gate in the fourth quarter. Belmont's using that double team yet again to their advantage, and it has been working, like we said earlier. So, real quick, let's get into this year's team for the SWAC. So, A&M, they were projected to finish fourth and once again have home court advantage in the conference tournament. Jackson State predicted to finish first, followed by Texas Southern in second. Southern in third, fourth A&M, Alabama A&M. Fifth Prairie View, sixth Alabama State, seventh Grambling, 8 Pine Bluff, 9 Alcorn, and 10 Valley State. Now, would you say our home court made the difference in last year's game against Alcorn in the opening round of the SWAC tournament?
I feel like it did. I feel like the energy we had in Elmore was a real key. We had a packed house. The players were energized. They were coming off a good streak. We had a good game prior that week. I can't remember. I want to say it was against Southern. So I feel like that energy that we brought into Elmore helped bring us ahead in that game, especially with it coming down a little closer as the game started winding up. I feel like that home court advantage is a real thing. I feel like finishing that top four is a goal that I feel every team in the SWAC has this year.
And I mean, you home crowd behind you when When Deshauna Harper was asked about it on SWAC Media Days, she said herself, what makes our home court different and why we're considered to have the best home court in the conference, everyone's right on top of you. Everyone's right on top of you. So playing in a very small arena, a small gym, where you have the student section on top of you, you have the fans on the sidelines on top of you, it makes it that much more difficult as a player to try to respond. More likely than not, if you make the tournament, we're not going to have that home crowd, so maybe that'll affect some things for who comes out as the SWAC champion.
Especially like how we were saying earlier, with you look at the #1 college toughest college arena to play in Cameron Indoor Stadium. The Duke Crazy, they're right up on you. And when they're doing their little antics and their little things they're doing, they're right up on you doing is different than when they're a couple feet away from the inbounds line,
Oh,
they're
yeah.
being right up behind you. So I feel like that's a impact that going to be taken away from us this year.
Harper tried to feed the pass to Lewis, and she can't save it. Belmont will get the ball back.
And yeah, turnovers like that, like we were just saying, are key in this game. We have to find a way to get into a flow in this offense soon before Belmont can find a way to run away with it.
51-45, Belmont up by 6. 3-possession ball game, and here comes Destiny Wills one more time. Been really successful in attacking A&M's defense, especially trying to get to the lane with her shiftiness. Crossover by Jones. Trying to dribble drive, just pulls up from the mid-range game, but no good. Rebounded by Alexis Evans, so she'll fight her way through for the rebound. And we got another foul. This time it'll be called against Belmont's number 20, Conley Chin. No, I'm sorry, that's Cook, Maddie Cook, number 22. So real quick, can you tell me, over the last 10 years, what basketball program on the men's side has the best home winning percentage? It's not who you think.
Over the last 10 years?
Yes, last decade.
I mean, my best guess would be with Duke, but nice play right there. I'll go with Duke.
And one for Dariana Lewis, and the answer is South Dakota State.
Wow.
95% at home, #1 in the country for the past 10 years.
95%. I mean, when you have a team that can pretty much at that rate pretty much guarantee a home win, I mean, that's a pretty nice trait to have.
Oh, yeah. 51-47. Lewis at the free throw line. Nothing but net for Lewis, and it's now 51-48. Bulldogs down by 3, just over 8 minutes to play in the ball game. Bulldogs looking to seal off this sort of comeback and try to tie this game up. Here comes Harper.
And with it being a one-possession game right now, this is a possession we need to find a way to get a basket right here. Close this lead down. We haven't had the lead in a pretty long time this game.
Harper feeds it back to Jones. Jones double team at the perimeter, but she'll move out of it. Over to Austin. Austin trying to feed it down low to Lewis, but can't. Through the legs pass. Over to Harper, but out of bounds in the crowd. And it's coming up strong for the Bruins one more time.
Day was open, but the pressure they're putting down there, down low on Dariana, made the pass tough, and that pressure led to another turnover from the Bulldogs and a key possession for our Lady Bulldogs.
Here comes Kenny for the Bruins. 7:33 to go in this ball game. Feeds it over to Treese. Down low. And that's number 20, Conley Chin, after the nice pass from Treese to make it a 53-48 game. Bulldogs down by 5. And Jones will get the ball now. Once again, Belmont playing that zone defense pretty well, using double teams, clogging passing lanes. Austin feeds it down low to Lewis, gets some daylight and the foul. And once again, Dariana Lewis back at the free throw line.
Yeah, that's why she's the focal point of our offense. Even with Day leading the team in points, I feel Dariana is obviously the key player for our team. And when she's getting the ball down low and getting rebounds and putback layups and getting the foul down low, I feel like that's when our offense is at its best.
it's no good for Dariana Lewis. Lewis coming in here, the transfer, the junior, transferring from Missouri State. Came in and had a huge impact, SWAC Newcomer of the Year. And that one is also good. SWAC Newcomer of the Year, All-American box to row first team, and presumably one of the favorites to win SWAC Player of the Year this season, too.
Yeah, when you're averaging 19 points a game with a double-double, you're putting up a pretty good case, and hopefully it's looking like she's going to have another one of them years for us, and we'll see if we can produce one of them SWAC Player of the Years.
Open three, no good. That was missed by Chin. A&M in transition. Harper running the fast break, and she'll stop and slow down. And the double team forced her nearly out of bounds.
Yeah, that foul came pretty good for our Bulldogs offense. This day they started dribbling herself into that corner, which when the team's running an aggressive zone like Belmont is, that's a place you don't want to be.
Bulldogs going to go kind of small as Evans comes off the floor. So now we got Dark. 3 no good. Dark almost had the rebound. Picked up by Lewis. Can she get a handle? Yes. They'll call a jump ball.
Jump ball call. Possession arrow points to.
And that will go to Belmont. And the Bruins, once again, it's that defense. I mean, you have to think, Coach Richards is probably thinking, okay, what other ways can I do to force our will on teams? Because right now it's Belmont who's forcing their will against the Bulldogs. And the Bulldogs have responded well, but not well enough.
Yeah, Belmont's been in control most of this game, and it's tough to win a game when you're constantly on that uphill battle of trying to get that lead down or get the lead back. I feel like with it being such a close game, shots like that and moments like this are big plays, and hopefully we can come around and make a couple more stops, as it's really been difficult for us to score in this fourth quarter.
Kenny swings it to the top of the key. Driving, and it's an easy 2 for Chin for the Bruins, and it's now 57-49. Nashville versus Huntsville. A&M versus Belmont.
Fouls on the Bruins, number 11.
Music City versus Rocket City, and right now Music City is winning.
And with 5 minutes and 30 seconds left in this game, will be a great time for our Lady Bulldogs to get on a run to close out this game.
Tierra Dark at the free throw line. It's no good for Tierra Dark.
Into the ball game for the Bulldogs, number 32, Alexis Evans.
Dark in the last game for the Bulldogs. She shot 2 of 2 from the free throw line, but she's 0 of 2 on that free throw trip just now. 5:25 to go in the game. Bruins still up by 8, 57-49. I'm sorry, they're up by 6. I cannot count. I cannot count 8. Goodness. I do apologize, people.
Alexis Evans. Evans' second personal foul, team's first. At the line for Bruins with 2 shots is number 20, Conley Chin.
With us being down like this is a good time to start playing the foul game with Belmont, as we're really closing in on that bonus with 5 minutes left in the game. I mean, that's kind of tough when you're trying to play the comeback role.
Well, if you're going to give a lot of fouls, too, you can't give up fouls yourself. You can't play the free throw game like this because you're not going to win. You have to be able to get fouls and not give up fouls. That's the 3 by Belmont. No good. Rebounded by Wells. She'll put it up herself and gets the reverse layup. And it's 61-49, double-digit lead for the Bruins.
Yeah, and that possession right there really just signifies how this game been going for us. It's been the hustle. It's been the defense from Belmont, as we see right there. It's been the defense, the hustle, and then them finishing their layups. Not only with finishing their layups, but also shooting better for us. And with 4 minutes and 40 seconds left, our Bulldogs have to find a way to respond before Belmont runs away with this.
We got a quick timeout on the court right now. Bulldogs down 61-49, down by double.
Shots and a couple stops will be what needed to come into this game, as it's really been hard for us to score, especially this quarter.
Well, we'll see what Coach Richards will dial up, but going back to what I said earlier about home court advantage, it is a real thing. It is something that's very important, and you're going to see a lot of teams that I guess kind of come out of nowhere because maybe home court advantage kind of hurts them. Maybe it doesn't really help them at all. But also, if you're on the road taking on a Duke, taking on a Clemson, taking on whoever, that home court advantage is really taken away. So imagine you being a SWAC team coming into what's considered the toughest home court here at Elmore Gymnasium. Could that be the X factor in A&M sliding up or down the SWAC rankings?
Yeah, because even with us being known for our great energy and environment we have here in Elmore, with that being taken away due to the circumstances we have now, I feel like it lessens the advantage for us. Obviously, Belmont still has to travel, but not having to go against not having to go against the opposing team's home crowd, not having them chants and just different things that just comes with a packed house in Elmore really makes the playing field more leveled out.
Kenny will take the screen, kicks it back over. Posting up is Chin. And despite the tough defense by Lewis, Chin still gets the two to go. It's 63-49. Here comes Jones. Looking to try to erase this lead by the Bruins, up by 14.
And with the lead starting to extend out and the time running out for us, I mean, this will be a time we might have to up the pace a little bit.
Harper from three, in and out, rebounded by Poe. Can't get the putback, gets it herself. But they will call the foul.
Foul on the Bruins, number 0.
Foul is against Tootie Jones. Alabama native out of Troy, Alabama, went to Charles Henderson High School, the Belmont Bruin. At the free throw line is Poe one more time, and the first one is good. Second free throw, however, no good for the Bulldogs. Belmont looking to maintain this lead. They're going to try to slow it down, it looks like right here. Doing everything they can to waste time and score points as well. Puts up the turnaround hook, it looked like, but no good. Rebounded by Lewis. Over to Jones. Jones will drive baseline, and it's another whistle blow by the ref.
Fouls on Belmont's number 20, Conley Chin.
And we have to capitalize off of plays like that with Belmont kind of speeding up that offense right there, taking the shot quicker than probably coach would probably have wanted them to. We have to score and cut this lead down as quick as possible as we're coming into crunch moments of this game.
No good from Nigeria Jones. And the second one is good, so it's now 51. 3.5 minutes to play, down by 12. Still a decent amount of time, but before you know it, that clock will hit 3 minutes as the three is good by Belmont. And now Destiny Wells makes it a 15-point game.
Yeah, and that's one of the things that comes with you bringing so much pressure on the full court pressing, that once you break that press, that is most likely going to be numbers going Belmont way.
Another turnover for the Bruins. Back with the possession yet again. Takes the screen. Driving was Kenny, but she'll hesitate. She'll drive again. Kicks it out. Wasting that shot clock. Kenny, open three. It's money. 69 to 51.
And that right there has been the key
From A&M.
difference between our offense and Belmont offense is three-point shooting. And not only just from one person, it's really been stretched out across the team.
And the amount of open threes the Bruins have put up in this game, my goodness. And that's not to say A&M is playing bad defense. They're playing fine in the post, but Belmont is figuring out, okay, we need to find our way to get our girls open and their best and put them in the best position to succeed, and that's exactly what they've done. And the amount of open threes that they've had, it went down at the start of the second half, but just now, back-to-back open threes for the Bruins, and already you're down by 18.
And like you're saying, it's not only that they're open shots, but they're knocking down the open shots. I mean, it's really tough to beat a team when every time you get a 6-0 run or 4 run, get a couple baskets, they come down and can do something like that, hit 2 threes, and now you're back deeper in the hole than you were in the first place.
We got about 2.5 minutes to go in this game. All the students right now out for Christmas break. Hoping everyone's going to have a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year.
Yeah, I can see our coaching staff is in a very festive mood with the Christmas sweaters worn by the assistant coaches.
I mean, I kind of dig it. I kind of dig it a little bit, you know. The tinsel as well.
Oh, yeah, I like it.
So we'll hope that, once again, everyone has a Merry Christmas, a Happy New Year. Get ready for 2021. Get ready for SWAC basketball as well.
Yeah, it seemed like, especially with football being taken away from us, this was needed, as it hasn't been no local sports. It's really been only major. So with college basketball tuning up and then football coming along for us, it's going to be a real eventful spring semester for us.
2:27 to go in the game. Bulldogs down by 18, looking to try to mount a comeback. We'll see if they can. Austin forcing her way inside. And they will call that against. It looks like against Belmont. That'll send number 10, Sonia Austin, to the free throw line out of Kennesaw, Georgia, North Cobb High School. First free throw for Austin is up, and it's good. Second free throw attempt. And that too is good. 69 to 53 with 2:19 to go in the game. Trying to pressure her on the half-court line, but couldn't do so. Willis was able to drive by. Kicks it over to her teammate, and the foul with the finish is Conley Chan again.
And Belmont's bigs really been a key point in this game as they're taking advantage of the more or less mobile Alexis Evans we have down there. They're getting her in pick and rolls and getting her switched out there. And when she either's going to have to come up and try and make a play on the perimeter or play back and give up an open three.
So once again, we hope that you're with us tomorrow. The fellas take on South Alabama. Got a couple more out-of-conference games here at home before SWAC play begins in January. And this will be the last SWAC season with this current group of schools, with FAMU and Cookman being added to increase the conference to 12 members. So we'll see who will win this last tournament of the so-called traditional 10 SWAC schools. Let's see what Belmont will do here on offense. Puts it up. It's missed. Good defense by Alexis Evans. Rebounded by Dariana Lewis, and here comes Nigeria Jones. Corner three, no good, and Jones is there for the putback and the finish. 71 to 55, over a minute to play in this game. So if you're the Lady Bulldogs, you see how much time is left on the clock. About over a minute to go. You're down by 16. What would you tell your team as you prep for the next game?
You know, learn your mistakes from this game, but you also have to put this game behind you. I mean, it was a good win. This was a tough team, you know, with us playing them this early in the season. I feel like this was a good first test for us. And we had some negatives, but we also had some positives that came from this game. So we have to just go take the positives, take the negatives, and then just move on as a season. We have a long season coming up for us.
And keep in mind, this doesn't affect your conference record too. Conference play is what really matters, because at the end of the day, we're meant to get that automatic bid. So,
Hmm.
like you said, just put this behind you, get ready for the next game, and start getting ready for SWAC play coming up in a couple of weeks.
Yeah, we have to, with this being just our second game, you know, work these kinks out earlier. So once we
Hmm.
get into the meat of the SWAC basketball, we can be at our full potential.
Another foul on the court, drawn by Nigeria Jones, so she will go to the free throw line. 38 seconds to go in this game. Bulldogs down 71 to 55. Hmm. Can't get the first. She couldn't get the second either. Ball rolls out of bounds as well. 71-55, however, A&M still maintains possession. Austin gets it quickly off the inbound. Harper from deep, no good, rebounded by Jones, and the Bulldogs will maintain possession. And they're in the bonus too, but a travel against Nigeria Jones. And it looks like the shot clock is turned off, and it looks like that'll be it for the Lady Bulldogs here this afternoon. So the Bruins will come in here and they'll get a win on the road here at Elmore Gymnasium, 71 to 55. So the Lady Bulldogs come in here off of a lot of games being canceled, coming in here 1-0, but could not be able to maintain the home court, as they will fall at Elmore Gymnasium, 71 to 55. That's not what you want to see, but you know that your team is legit in certain areas, especially in Dariana Lewis and Alexis Evans. That tandem is really good and it's very effective. And this team is fine. It's just you can't give up the ball the way that you did today, because if more teams see the way that Belmont played their zone today and catch on to what you do, it'll be a long season for the Bulldogs.
I'm about to say, with us, I don't have the exact amount, but I know it was real high turnovers. I know Coach Richards, I mean, she doesn't expect her team to come out this turnover heavy every game, so hopefully we can see what we did wrong, see what went right, and we can improve on as the season continues on for us.
And the Lady Bulldogs looking to try to rebound in a couple of days' time. I think their next game is against Nicholls State as well. But we got to just sort of get that behind us and focus on to the next challenge. We got conference play coming up, and just
Since she's came in, and her team has the tendency to be a tough, resilient team. They're usually good on the defensive side, and hopefully we can see what this year brings for us.
that's right, Coach Richards back for her 5th season. Now last year the Lady Bulldogs went 17 and 13. They won in the semis, and we were there commentating with